What do you consider is your greatest sexual achievement? My first girlfriend wanted to see how many times we could have sex in one day, so we planned a duckathon and spent the entire day doing it, and doing it, and doing it well. Every other thing we did was have sex. 6. Breakfast. 6. Shower. 6. TV. 6. Order pizza. 6. Tip delivery driver. 6. Eat pizza. 6. We did it 10 times in a 24-hour period. Later in life I had another girlfriend who asked what's the most I ever had sex in a day was. When I told her this she said, we can beat that. So I did the same thing again, but we didn't make it to 11. Just tied at 10. Both of them were named Ashley. As the universe has decreed. Screw it. I'll be the weird person who says it. The first time someone made love to me instead of just ducking me. I'd been 10 years sexually active when it happened, and I almost cried. My greatest achievement, because I had always only wanted that, and never found it. It made me feel like I was worth something. Had this recently. Similar time frame of ducking before the first time making love. I've been so conditioned for sex to just be ducking that when things got heated with the gent I said, do you want to duck me? And he just stops, looks into my eyes and said no. I want to make love to you. Yeah, I cried NGL. Felt so stupid. As if I forgot that part of having sex. A spring popped out of the bed and cut my leg open. Still finished. Doesn't matter, had sex. But I cried the whole time. Doesn't matter. Had sex. I think she might have been a racist. Touching a boob for the first time. It's all been downhill from there. Damn, I did that when I was 5 minutes old. I blame being adopted for my early obsession. I see. I'm also a woman, so I can touch the doomcus whenever I want. I'm a fat man. I can do that too. I gave a Klbadmat one of those seize your orgasms once. It was an interesting experience, but then she gave me HPV. Had a note put under our hotel room door thanking us for the nightly audio entertainment. Achievement get audio file. Made my ex-BF come from poking his belly button really hard. He said it had never happened before, and I've never tried it to anyone since, but I always laugh when I think about it and still don't fully understand how it happened. Did he giggle like the Pillsbury boy? Edit. Wow. I didn't expect so many people to see and like my comment. Pretty sure it's now my most upvoted. Thank you for the awards and the gold. Another first. He did, and then his eyes went wide. We both looked down and burst out laughing. Hoo hoo hoo. My best friend at the time had sex with my ex soon after we broke up and was still kind of working on things, who I had been dating for years. Met up with his ex a while after, who I always thought was absolutely gorgeous and had the same success. We call this win trading in the esports world. Considering the dude's username is u/_nar, I think he might be well accustomed to the practice of win trading. I will be very disappointed in this guy if he don't scream shuji 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 during sex. Going down on a lady I was dating, and afterwards her stating this is something all women should experience. Haha, love this. It's just an amazing feeling when you make somebody feel good like that. It's very fulfilling. It really is. Hats off to you. That's a wonderful achievement. Us women can be tricky sometimes in that department. Haha, well shucks, thank you. Breaking the bed while having sex. Granted, the bed was 20 plus years old and needed replacement, but it still counts. We broke one of those cheap college futons once. Still funny as it was not mine. Edit. 1. That was you. I want a new futon. Me too. I went to page 1289 on Pornhub. Achievement get librarian. My boyfriend made me squirt once and has been trying so hard to do it again. Since I would say that is his greatest achievement so far. He enjoyed it more than I did, lol. Same lol. Issue is I squirt without orgasming and vice versa. It just feels like I get very wet very quickly. But it happened when we couldn't have sex and were just doing foreplay for like an hour. but IDK if it's odd. But I much prefer internal stimulation than external as soon as I'm ready I get impatient and want it in me. I know he wants to see me do it again cause I see him watching during hand stuff. I just picture him staring intently at your vagina while furiously rubbing it and it's hilarious. Bless his heart. Then a sustained squirt hits him square in the face and he starts spitting and sputtering. Like trying to stop a broken faucet. Dated this girl just after high school. She cheated on me a couple times. After I broke it off she started telling people I had a small duck. Over the next couple years I ended up sleeping with 5 of her closest friends. Edit. A lot of you are asking about my duck for various reasons. I should have clarified that she was lying. Jigga Chad. Chad Thundercock. You've been thundercocked. Gave a woman an orgasm by rubbing her nipples. When I was a teenager, I used to give myself ones this way and I told my boyfriend about it. But he hasn't gotten the technique down to do it himself yet. He's always a bit too rough or gets bored too soon. I keep hoping he and I can work on it some more sometime, as I'm a fairly sexual person with a decent sex drive and can orgasm for hours on end by myself. But he really struggles to bring me to orgasm. There's no shame in giving/receiving a little guidance sometimes. I convinced a friend that thought that they had nothing to offer, that they had value and got him to ask out a girl. Every time they go at it, I consider it another win for me. Edit. For those of you who are looking for the same thing, I don't know you, and I don't know if I can personally help you in any way. But I do have this that I can share for all of you. Kindness and combustion is something anyone can learn if you don't already have it. Kindness and combustion is something of value that isn't gated by your physical limits or your mental capabilities. It doesn't expire, and it isn't always easy, so if it is genuine people will respond. Everyone deserves affection. The person you are wooing, as well as yourself. Be a person that spreads love and joy. Be a person easy to love and be willing to work towards it. If you do, you will definitely increase your chances of finding someone. Remember to be kind. Be compassionate and be brave. I hope this helps. Wholesome af bro. At a hotel, king size bed shifted roughly 6 inches away from where it started. Even in nice hotels I've been to, they are usually bolted to the wall. You animal. Thank you. The bed came with you. Getting my boyfriend off while he was on Prozac. I miss having sex, but at least I don't wanna die or my experience is on antidepressants. Take care of yourself, mate. Hope you can get off them one day. I hope so too, thank you, kind stranger. Being married almost 50 years and we still desire each other, get each other off with immense satisfaction. Yeah, I know. Youngsters will think it's gross, but just wait. If you're lucky, you'll be here someday. Youngster here, I find it wholesome. Congrats on soon to be 50 happy years. And I honestly hope to have the same someday. Edit. Actually my first Reddit award. Thank you, kind stranger. Thank you. 40 years. Same partner. Neither tapped out even once. Still awesome. 40 years for 1/6 session is long. One of you better say stop. Both of them forgot the safe word. Lol. I'm cracking up over the visual of a couple who would like to finish already, but they are forced to keep going for 40 years because they both forgot the safe word. Losing my V card before 40. The prophecy is true. You are the chosen one. Sorry for my bad English. It's my second language. Not sure if this fits here. Not proud of the moment, but I'm proud of the result. Me and my wife had kids and decided that fast was enough children. We got married after the kids were born and went on a honeymoon. We got drunk and had sex without protection. The next day we panicked a bit and went to a drug shop and got a regret pill. My wife took it at the hotel room. Crisis cancelled. After this we thought nothing about it and continued with the honeymoon. Like half an hour late she gave me a blowjob. She never ever gives me blowjob back as she chokes easily. So this was a real treat for me. When I came hard. and the cum shot landed at the back of her mouth, and she puked all over the floor and my duck. We laughed it off and joked about it for the rest of the vacation. A few weeks after, when we came home, she did not get her period. We got anxious, and it turned out she was pregnant. The only time we had sex without protection was at that hotel room. When she puked after the blowjob, she must have puked out the pill as well. So, now we have 3 kids. The youngest is as amazing as the other 2, and I'm proud to have him. But he must never ever find out how he was conceived. Having sex in a tent during huge thunderstorm and coming on a loud thunder strike. Felt like I was Thor. Edit. Never had this many upvotes ever. Glad my most upvoted comment is to do with sex lol. I'm still worthy. Ed tried a lot in my own. And have even had sex a few times. With 2 different guys. But it never orgasmed. It was honestly really weighing on my self-confidence. I wasn't sure if I would ever really enjoy sexual behavior, and I felt sort of broken. For a few years I just kind of stopped thinking about it, and stopped trying to touch myself or even date. Then, at 23, I decided enough was enough, and I read a bunch of articles, shout out to Refinery29, on techniques, and I found some videos that actually turned me on, and I did it. I had the same experience. Took to faking orgasms with guys BC. I thought my body was broken lol. Didn't help that I went to Catholic schools and the sex ed there was very male orientated. Think females can't orgasm, and that masturbation for females is wrong. I ended up just saying F it, and spent an evening just exploring myself, and finally had my first big go at 18. Receiving a blowjob in a ski gondola with magnificent alpine panorama in front of me, and many friends in the gondola behind having no clue, and my GF going all in, because she knew she only had 8 minutes to finish me off. What did you do with the other 7 minutes? Admired the magnificent alpine panorama. Didn't you read the post? This isn't mine, but on a UK TV show, The Graham Norton Show, when it was on Channel 4, an audience member retold the following tale. I was giving my boyfriend a BJ, and just as he was about to climax I felt like I was about to sneeze. Couple of seconds later he climaxed, just as I sneezed, and his baby batter shot right out of my nose and onto his stomach. That's called the Angry Dragon. Did I ever tell you how I got the nickname the Dragon of the West? No. My younger brother had a female friend who I hooked up with casually one night when we were teenagers. Some heavy petting and reaching into each other's underwear. She then told me she was a virgin and was ready to sleep with me. I told her she should wait and lose it to someone who she loved to make it special. Years later we bumped into each other and had a few drinks. Both now being single. She invited me back to her house, and I divulged she'd always been thankful that she'd held onto it and did lose it to a guy she loved at the time. Then we admitted we'd both fantasized about each other since and proceeded to have some crazy, drunk, unbridled sex. It was like 5 years of foreplay. Edit. Some extra details. I was 18. She was 16. My brother was dating someone else at the time. We dated for a year after our eventual rendezvous. There was a more elaborate dialogue between us than summarized above. She tentatively said she felt she was ready to lose her virginity to me. We were on the bed in my bedroom at this point. We fooled around some more. I asked if she was sure. Maybe she'd rather save it for a relationship rather than on a first time hookup. It was over 20 years ago. I can't recall verbatim. I was in university. She was in high school. We had different social circles and I knew there was no prospect of forming a relationship. I would have felt like a jerk to have slept with her then ghosted her. We fooled around some more. Then she reflected that she did want to wait. If she had said, "No, I'm certain. I've thought about this and I want it." Then giddy up. Playing the long game. I'm glad being a genuinely good dude paid off. The long darn con. I was giving my wife a session dedicated to her, and after a while she has her first orgasm of the night. There hadn't been any penetration up to that point, so she asked me to get on top and rough her up. She tells me rough penetration after an orgasm sometimes feels as good as the orgasm itself. Anyway, I get on top, and I last all of about a minute because I'm already at 99% just from her moaning and seeing her squirm for the previous half hour. She can tell what's going on and asks me if I'm coming, and when I tell her she starts a second orgasm just as I've finished mine. It's so intense it feels like she's about to pinch my wiener off, and then she squirts for the first time. My wife has had multiple orgasms a couple times before, but this was the first time I had ever seen a woman squirt. I always thought it was a fake porn thing, but she confessed to me that she'd been feeling the sensation more often over the past few months and had been holding back. We keep towels next to the bed now. Edited for clarity and to thank you guys for the upvotes and awards. It's so intense it feels like she's about to pinch my wiener. If this fella here is the next Shakespeare. I dated a girl once that had a pinchy vagina. It felt like what I'd imagine an octopus mouth beak feels like. I could never get that thought out of my head while having sex. It was awkward. Not bad, necessarily, just octocute. I once banged a chick who was so tight I had two immediate thoughts. First one was him in her butt. The second, after confirming the first wasn't the case, was this is gonna be quick. It was. Damn, she was tight. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you want more videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. You are helping me a lot. Thanks again.